Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On His Radio.
Rob and Lizz in the morning, His Radio. I'm Brian in for Rob. We're talking about little Debbie and people in your circle, your friend's circle, your daughters, and they're calling her Deborah.
Yeah, they were talking about Deborah at the birthday party over the weekend. And then I started kind of leaning in because I didn't know who this Deborah was.
Yeah.
And so they were talking about little Debbie and the fact that they had found these Christmas cakes. Little Debbie Christmas cakes at the Walmart over the weekend. And they were like, and Deborah has gone and made Christmas cake donuts, which I haven't seen those. Okay. But, and I have no idea what that would be like. Are they that waxy chocolate cover? Because those things are disgusting to me.
Yeah,
I'm not a
donut fan, really.
I'm not a fan of a lot. Really, what I do like from Deborah is the Nutter Butter.
You're calling her Deborah now, too.
You know.
Come on now.
I just feel like she's older. She's been around for a little while. So, you know, you don't call her Little Debbie anymore. She's just Deborah.
Hey, she's always Little Debbie to me.
Is she? Well, that's because y'all have a special relationship.
We do. It was complicated. That's what my Facebook post would have said back in the day. Because
it's complicated.
It's complicated.
She's bad for me.
she really. But to me, like when I say Little Debbie, I like Little Debbie. To me, it was like one thing. It was the Swiss cake roll. Oh my God. That was it. That was the Little Debbie. That's like the top of the top. That's the one that reigns for me.
It's that waxy chocolate on the outside. I don't get it.
But you had to chill it. We kept it in the fridge. We kept it in
That's even worse.
In the Sumner household, it was in the fridge, and you brought it out. Get your big old glass of milk with a Swiss cake roll.
Everything you just said is making my ears hurt and my heart.
Okay.
It sounds terrible.
Okay. What about you, Scott?
Yeah.
See, I like the Swiss cake roll too, but you had to eat it a certain way. I would always peel the chocolate off
and throw it away,
and then you eat the rest of it.
Oh yeah, or you're gonna eat it in the round, you know.
Yeah, there's a certain way to eat it, so that's the way I would do it. We would peel the chocolate
like a little Debbie corn on the cob.
So the strawberry one, I will say, is not terrible, but what?
Oh no!
You know what was the worst though? It's got to be the worst.
Okay.
Whatever that one was, that was chocolate on the outside, and I don't know if it was a cookie or a cake on the inside, and then it had a little bit of cherry in the middle. Like you bit into that, and it was just like
the cherry cordial rocked. That was a great one.
I'd have to agree with you, Liz, on that one.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
That was nasty.
Oatmeal cream
more
pies.
for me.
Oatmeal cream pies look pretty good, and raisin cream pies.
Oh yeah.
How old are we?
We old. we old. Ninja, do you like a Little Debbie's?
My favorite was the Cosmic Brownie.
Ew.
Okay.
See, I don't like that either.
All right. Yeah, not a big fan. How about you, Jake?
Swiss cake roll, baby.
Ah, yeah. Jake joins us.
My man.
It's going to be. Here's what it's going to be. It's going to be Swiss Cake Roll Club.
I've got to say the peanut butter crunch.
Oh, Nutter Butter?
Nutty Buddy.
Nutty Buddy.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought Little Debbie had this peanut butter.
Oh, they did have one. They did have one that was different from the Nutty Buddy.
I did not know that.
Yes. You didn't know that?
I have no idea what that is.
Look, it's a peanut butter stick, and it's different. It is different from the Nutty Buddy.
Mike, I'm going to have to figure out where that thing is.
Okay.
I've never heard of it. Okay, Kathy. Here's what Kathy says. She texted in. She said, the oatmeal cream pie, best of Little Debbie's, anything with chocolate on it. She's saying the ones that have the chocolate, those are very waxy. She agrees with me. They do not go down well, except for the Nutter Butter.
The worst is the Cosmic Brownies. This is nasty.
Y'all have completely forgotten about the best ones, Star Crunch and Fudge Round.
My kids love the Star Crunch that Deborah makes.
In our house, we only do Star Crunch and oatmeal cream pies.
Star Crunch.
My favorite Little Debbie cake is the gingerbread man, the iced gingerbread man that they used to just have out at Christmas, but now, thankfully, they have out all year long. But my only complaint about them is that they used to be a lot bigger.
Jean texted, and we're talking about, obviously, little Deborah, the oatmeal. She loves the oatmeal cream pie, but here's what Jean would do.
Okay.
She would scrape the cream out of the middle.
What?
And I thought, like an Oreo. You know, you kind of scrape the cream with your teeth or whatever. No, she would not eat it.
Oh,
she said, yuck. She would get rid of it.
You could just buy oatmeal cookies.
Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On His Radio.
So I get a text this morning, and it's asking, what are our plans for Black Friday shopping?
What? What?
Yeah.
Who sent you that text?
That's my friend Ann.
Oh, I thought maybe it was Harlan.
Right. So Ann texted me and she said she was originally going to be going to some of her family for Thanksgiving, and now they're going to do that at Christmas, and so she's available. And we have, for the last, I don't even know how many years, we've gone Black Friday shopping together.
Okay, let me ask you, because I am not big on that.
Okay.
Is it still as big of a thing as what it used to be?
It is different. It's changed because you also have Cyber Monday now, and there's so much online shopping. However, some of the stores, a lot of the stores are going to be closed on Thanksgiving, and so they put specials on at like midnight. We're not the type to go out at midnight, but we will get up at like maybe 4:30 in the morning, 4 in the morning. And we want to go grab some coffee. That is always a thing that we do. We grab coffee, and then we do our shopping. I did go Christmas decoration shopping over the weekend.
What?
I didn't know we were going Christmas decorating shopping, but we were looking for one of my son's birthday presents, and so we went to the Sam's Club.
How many holidays you wrapping up together
That's what
in
I'm
this
saying.
weekend?
Listen, we were also planning who's bringing what on Thanksgiving. My son and his girlfriend, they were trying to figure out, because he is now out on his own.
All right.
She just moved into a separate apartment. And so, they're growing up. They're adulting now. And so they want to bring something. And she was talking about maybe bringing squash casserole. And I was like, yes, girl.
Seriously? Okay.
Love me some squash casserole.
All right.
And then who knows what he's going to bring. He's adventurous, so he's thinking asparagus. And I'm like, sure.
Okay.
I like asparagus.
Okay.
Not everybody else does.
All right. So you know when your family asks you to bring the ice, you can't cook.
Or if,
why don't you bring the bag of ice,
yes,
sweetie?
Paper plates. Could you bring some sodas?
Could you? Yeah.
Bring the iced tea from,
If you want to pick up a little fruit tray, that'd be good.
That'd be nice. We like your veggie tray that you always bring. Or the one person who says they're going to bring this whatever spread, and then they never show up with it. Matt said Christmas is the greatest holiday of the year. It's never, never too early to start talking about it or playing music.
Okay, now what do you think about that, Big Mike?
Well, I heard y'all talking about Christmas, and I just want y'all to know that we turn out Christmas lights on Halloween.
Yes!
So if you're driving down Pelham Road, going either way, you're going to see that we're the house with all the Christmas decorations on Halloween.
Just hear those
I'll tell you.
I forgot the words. Just hear those
sleigh bells ringing and jing jing tingling too. You're passing Big Mike's house because he's all lit up too.
Perfect.
So y'all make sure you tell your listeners to come by. We have the full-size candy bars too.
Woo!
We want everybody to come by, but I heard you talking about I had to call.
We're going to be camping out soon. What kind of candy bars you got, Big Mike?
I hope that you do. Oh, we got all of them. We got all of the big candy bars, all of them.
Okay, you're not throwing them zero bars out there, though, right?
Hey, I'll take one of them zero bars.
Listen, we throwing them all out there.
Woo!
Okay?
If
Trust and believe.
If it's Big Mike's house, you got to get the big candy bars.
That's right.
That's right.
And
so
the big
y'all
lights.
Come check it out. That's right. So you come check it out. Me and my wife, Amy, and we'll be out there. We'll have our Charlie Brown Christmas sweaters on, and we'll be ready.
My wife actually is Filipina, and it's their tradition to decorate for Christmas on Burr months. So September, October, November, December, they have it decorated for Christmas and every Burr month.
So you guys have been decorated fully for Christmas since September 1st?
Yep.
That is amazing.
Yep, and it's a tradition for Filipino people to do that on Burr month. As soon as September rolls around, she's like, we got to put the tree up.
Chris said, I'm thinking about putting up a tree myself real soon.
Okay. Like I just want to go back just for a second. You have what do you have now, Scott? A green egg?
Big green egg.
Okay,
Yes.
that's perfect for Green Friday.
Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On His Radio.
Grassy Creek, North Carolina, they were preparing for a wedding rehearsal for their son, and they're like right by this like river, I guess, and this lady in a house is just it's
Floating
like going
down.
by, floating
Yeah.
down, and she's screaming for help.
Of course.
And so the father of the groom says, "I got to do something."
Of course, you can't. I think anyone would stand there and think, okay, what can I do? And then you're going to have those people, because not everybody will.
Yeah.
You go into shock a little bit.
Yeah.
You're not really sure. Jumps right in and grabs her and saves her.
Yeah, he does. I mean, first he jumped in a canoe, and then he used a rope, and none of this is working. The next thing you can hear people as they gasp as he dives into this raging river, and he finally grabs her. His name is Eddie, and her name was Leslie, and they were swept 150 yards downstream before they were able to go ashore.
Yeah, and you can imagine what everybody left on shore is thinking.
Yeah.
Because in that moment, you're thinking, honestly, the worst.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I see them being swept away, and it was bad enough, and now, this wedding, I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even want to think of the ramifications of all of that. But what they ended up doing is saying, Leslie, and I think they invited her husband
Yes, uh-huh.
as well. So I don't know where he was during all of this, if he had already gotten ashore or what the case is. But they invited them to have some dinner at the wedding rehearsal. So it all ended well.
Sure did.
Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On His Radio.
Chris is 23. I
Okay.
love this. He's 23, and he's got this thing called the rebirth. And so he's been cutting hair about the last year and a half. And so what he does, like one day a week, he goes to this park, and he knows this is a park where the homeless tend to congregate, tend to be. And so every week they go there and they cut hair for free.
Oh, no, that is a great idea.
Yeah. He says there's nothing like in a fresh cut, a fresh smile that could kind of change somebody's life, change their day. He said there's been times I've needed help and there's been nobody there for me, so I want to be there for those that need help.
Well, and I also like the fact that when somebody does something like this, and Chris doing this once a week, and I guess he's got a couple of people that are helping him out with it, you know that somebody cares.
Yes.
But I mean, a fresh cut, absolutely. I mean, why do you think people pay to go to salons and have, you could color your hair at home. You could possibly, if you have a Flowbee, cut your hair at home, maybe.
Flowbee. A Flowbee.
Right.
That's like a vacuum cleaner for your head right there.
Listen, people use that thing.
I know
George
they
Clooney
did.
uses that thing.
Seriously?
Yes, maybe not today.
Okay.
He's got an elevated style, but in the past he has.
Okay.
But Chris is not using the Flowbee. He is actually taking the time and loving on people.
Rob and Lizz in the morning.
On His Radio.
Think about being one of the least of these in our society. When I mean the least of these, like those behind bars and, not even thought about. You kind of put away behind bars and people kind of forget about you. But there's a ministry, God Behind Bars. And since 2009, they've been going around to different prisons and sharing Jesus with them. And so they recently went to Angola prison in Louisiana.
That's a pretty rough prison, right?
Yeah, in fact, years ago, I think His Radio was part of helping them get a radio station started.
Oh, cool.
There,
Okay.
and which was really cool. This is way before my time here. But one time they were it was like the deadliest prison in America. It was dangerous.
Like an Alcatraz kind of
Yeah, it was a
situation.
dangerous place to be. But Angola prison said they had about 1,000 prisoners that showed up for this revival service, and they brought in prisoners from 9 different area prisons, both male and female prisoners. And so they had this revival service. Lauren Daigle was there. And she led worship and shared this powerful word with them. And about 300 of the inmates gave their life to Christ. And then about 50 of them spontaneously got baptized, including a prison guard.
Look at that, cold chills. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, so inspired by what was going on.
Yeah.
And, think about that. Going into a place that you probably, don't set aside on a Saturday afternoon, think, maybe I just want to show up at a really, really hard prison today. But because they did, and they shared the gospel, the good news of Jesus, 300 people are now going to spend eternity and have that relationship with Jesus.
Yeah, and I know physically you think about, they may still be in chains, but spiritually they are not.